Hello, this is Spiritually Awakened Princess, and I'm doing the reading for Gemini, January 2018. And I'm shuffling through the cards right now. Usually I have the cards like down here already, and it's like 11 or 12-minute video, but I'm kind of doubling the time so everybody can get a nice January reading instead of just like an on-the-go reading like I'm used to. Gemini, January 2018. Let's go with that. Oh, nice. Four of Wands. Four of Wands is like celebration, it's weddings, it's events, things that you have to go to. Sometimes, in rare cases, it's vacation as well. But I feel like at the beginning of the year, you're still going to be in a celebratory point of mind or set in your ways with celebration. And you're going to have quite a few things to go to. When it comes to events, maybe even friends or family members might be having weddings, what have you. But you're going to be invited to some of these things in January. And further on, we should see if you're even going to go. But the cards will tell us. And, you know, for a couple of you, you might actually be getting married. But in this case, I feel like a lot more of you are going to other people's weddings, other people's celebrations, parties, what have you. Wow, this is coming out for a lot of people. And I really shuffled through these cards. It came out for a lot of signs. So maybe it's because it's like January and everybody's kind of working at a slow pace, but this is showing very, very slow work, very slow and steady. Not just like, oh, you're being slow and don't want to work, but just being slow and steady and making sure that everything is right, everything is organized, everything is good, and that your bosses or yourself is just making sure that everything is right when it comes to work. So even though you might have this celebratory time, this comes out after and it's back to work. Back to work. January 2018. Gemini. January 2018. Gemini. 2018. Okay, this came out as well. So when it comes to the slow and steady work, it's going to lead you to a possible bonus or promotion, a raise, something that's going to bring in some more money. Or maybe you might even have an idea that might be coming in slowly but surely, and it's leading you to this amount of money. And for those people that are trying to start businesses and stuff like that, this could even be a start of like something celebratory, or like you had an event for maybe a business opening or you're planning one, and it will lead you to making a lot of money. Because, you know, after that it might be slow and steady, and then it'll speed up to where you're making a good amount of money. But we'll talk about it's just for, you know, regular work for now. But there's some sort of bonus, promotion, raise, what have you, happening here. And a possible will. Okay. Now, the Four of Wands, because in my dad's case, he's a Gemini as well. And one of our family members just died, okay? So it might be the point where there's a gathering here, okay? I don't know when this comes in, but he might be a part of the will, because there's a funeral happening, but everybody's going to be there. So if he's part of the will, then he might get some sort of sum of money. So, I mean, looking at the Ten of Pentacles, it's not always a positive card if you look at it that way, but this is like 99.9% positive, okay? And same with Four of Wands, especially. So it might be a little bit different for him, but for you guys, it seems like more of a celebratory thing. And then going back to work and then getting some sort of money, some sort of bonus of sorts. Gemini, January 2018. Okay, here we go. Three of Pentacles. So there's going to be a reason why you guys, you know, get this little sum of money, because the Three of Pentacles is here. So it's like a completion of a project or a completion of something that maybe you and your coworkers have been working on, or you and your friends trying to make a business or something like that. There's some sort of completion happening where there's a reason to celebrate as well. And you guys will be getting some sort of money coming in because you completed this business project, or, you know, this also could mean working within a community and getting paid for it somehow. Gemini. Okay, here we go again. These are positive cards. These seem really, really positive and really work related. Sometimes it seems like family, friends, work related so far. I don't see too much love besides the Four of Wands being a possible wedding, but the Nine of Cups is very celebratory, another gathering of sorts, or maybe these are the same gathering and it's just like double confirmation to where you're happy, like this woman here. I don't know if you see that, but she's eating grapes and having a good time, and somebody's over there holding cups and stuff. They seem happy, okay? So there's a reason why all of this is happening, especially work-wise. So some sort of completion of work may lead you to where you're having a bonus or a raise or something else like that. Or even a start to your new business, which could bring you money and happiness as well. And that's what I'm seeing so far. I'm seeing that so far for Gemini. And these are like really extremely positive cards compared to some of the other signs for the month of January 2018. Okay. At the same time here, okay, there's going to be a reason for you to like be a little bit moody about some things. The Five of Cups is like someone crying over spilled milk. And that's at the top, even though everything seems very celebratory and money might go your way. And, you know, I just feel like some things are not happening fast enough for you. So you might be crying over it a little bit. But not crying in a literal sense. You're just kind of like impatient. impatient for things to happen the way that you want it to go. But it seems like everything is trying to happen for you. It's just that your lack of patience is leading you to this mindset at the top of making things a bigger deal than it actually is. Especially when it comes to something negative, okay? Now, it seems like January is a wonderful, wonderful month for you guys. Besides the Five of Cups, of course. But if we can eliminate the impatience, then this would be the perfect reading for any zodiac sign by far that I have read for this month, okay? And you just have to look in the positive light. Things will work out for you. You know, especially when it comes to friends, family, what have you. The sorry. The Three of Cups is also there, okay? If you can see it. There's two, possibly three ways that the Three of Cups go. Three of Cups is like a celebratory time with family, friends. Mostly it's friends. They always say friends. And like partying and stuff like that. And, you know, I feel like strongly, like either your friends or family is a part of your money-making process for January. Because I see a lot of celebratory times. And they're celebrating too. As you can see, they have their cups and they're cheery and happy. And this also is like the twin flame card, okay? So two people and the divine. And, you know, the divine is trying to help them find, you know, their twin flame or trying to get them together, what have you. They're working on it. But in your case, this is about you and your friends being happy about the next venture that you guys are having together, which is either a business venture or you guys are finally, you know, making the amount of money that you want, that you truly want here. So I'm going to pull out some of the romantic cards. Let's see where this is going here. Gemini, January 2018, January 2018. Okay. Retreat, right next to the Ten of Pentacles. So maybe after you get this lump sum of money, maybe you'll retreat with you and your partner or you and your friends or just by yourself and being able to disconnect from the world. Being able to take a little vacation and not worry about some things that you cannot control outside of your life. And I feel like this is coming out because of the Five of Cups at top. And maybe there's some other things that you're worried about, that things might not go your way or they might go wrong. Or you just feel like, you know, you're finally waiting on a chance to get that money so you can take a trip and kind of escape for a week or two. Gemini, 2018. So, if you want to take it in a literal sense, if you could see that, it says pay attention to the red flags. I don't know if you could see that, but it was right next to the Three of Cups. So even though it seems like a very celebratory time with friends, and this business venture that you guys might have, or working on something together, you have to be very aware of it. Make sure that your friends are not backstabbers and they're not trying to find ways to steal your money in the future of business. Or let's say they were, planning a party with you even, in a different location than where you guys usually hang out. And then something happens. You have to make sure that you catch whatever happens before you dabble into any vacation or any business with your friends. Because in 2018, you will truly know who your friends are. You will know who has your side, who is on your side in 2018, because they will reveal themselves more than ever. So be prepared. Be prepared for this wild year. So because of the Three of Pentacles, you will find new love. The Three of Pentacles will lead you to either a new person or a person that you have known for a long time, and you guys fall in love somehow through business. I apologize, my dog seems to bark every hour. But yes, you guys will find love somehow through this completion project. It could even be like, if you want to take it this way, it could be a coworker of yours that you end up falling in love with, or someone that is linked to some sort of business that you're trying to do. Gemini, January 2018. And it also says release your ex. So as soon as you release your ex, and maybe that's the reason why you're celebrating and your friends are celebrating and stuff like that, because you are truly releasing your ex, if you want to take it that way. So you release your ex, you have a party, things start to happen gradually and slowly for you, but yet maybe even court is involved as well. Even though there's not a court card or like a justice card here. Like you finally get maybe even money out of it, some of you guys. And you're able to retreat. You're able to go somewhere. And on that trip, you find new love. You find somebody. And then there's, they could help you with the completion of some sort of business project. This has happened before. I've seen like a news, it was like some sort of documentary or a news special on somebody that had a similar situation of what I'm describing. But, it might be a little too far-fetched for some of you guys. We're going too far into it. But, January holds a lot for you guys. And I feel like it could go either way. It could go business way. It could go love way. There's a lot of possibilities. More than ever. And this says religious factor. Okay, I'm going to read it. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual growth. Now, first of all, since this card is in the middle, I feel like when it comes to Geminis, it's your time to find out if you can even dabble into the spiritual realm. There's a lot of, especially Gemini men. I don't see too many spiritual Gemini men out there. I've seen spiritual Cancer men, spiritual Scorpio men, spiritual maybe like Aries men, and different men, but not so much Gemini men. They're kind of all over the place when it comes to thoughts and stuff like that, and they're too much into what they see in front of their face and not so much like the higher self, if you get what I'm saying. Okay. So that needs to be worked on. Some of the Gemini women, they need to work on that as well, because I feel like, you know, it's always about love or it's always about finances when it comes to Gemini. But what about the other aspects? What about the spiritual aspect? What about the searching for oneself, or just like the Hermit card or the Fool card? Like, I don't see that too much. I don't see like always like a new beginning of finding like who you truly are. It's always just about money or love when it comes to Gemini, which is it's not terrible at all. It's not terrible by any means. But at the same time, I do want to see a new venture, a new outlook when it comes to Gemini. January 2018. Okay. It says the heart of the matter. I'll read it to you. Okay. There is more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. Now, this can go several different ways, okay? It can go the way of like your friendships and the business and trying to start something with them. Or it can go in the way of like your new love. Your new love, and finding out like what their intentions are and if there's that true connection there. And I mean a spiritual connection, not just like a physical connection or a mental connection. Connection. I'm talking about more of a spiritual connection with this person. Because I feel like when it came to like your ex, for example, okay, I feel like there was no spiritual connection, maybe, especially for the men, okay? There's always, especially with the Gemini men, there's always a lack of a spiritual connection. And you need to dabble into that, Gemini men, in order to find out what the difference is when it comes to a true connection with a person in a romantic relationship. Now, the reading is over for all the Gemini people. There's a lot of possibilities with these cards because it is kind of all over the place. You know, celebratory reasons for breaking up with your ex, or celebratory reasons for business. There's a lot of possibilities here. It's just a lot. But at the top here, it's still kind of like an inside feeling of crying over something you cannot control. Crying over the little things. Just being frustrated with some of the things that are happening. But yet, most of these cards are positive. Besides, like, pay attention to the red flags or release your ex. Almost all of them are positive except 3 cards, which is not bad. All right. Make sure that you subscribe and have a wonderful 2018 and a good day. Bye, guys.